All right, good to have you back. Melodies are really important. The more melodies you learn, the better. And with that in mind, I've got a nice simple little melody here that I'm going to go through slowly, and I would like you to learn. It'll help your melodic memory. It'll help your ears, and it'll teach you a groovy little swingy tune from I guess it's around 1940s or something. Also, we're going to go through the chords, and I'm going to try to take this slowly so my reader is reading through what I'm doing. So right from the top, we have let's start with the melody. We'll start with the melody. It's a D sharp. I know that most of you don't read. So but at the same time, being the teacher, what I want to do is make sure that I impart this melody to you in a way that you could learn it and internalize it. Okay, so we start with a D sharp. Right, and I'm not obviously playing it down here. Right, because you would normally play it an octave higher. It's very common with most charts. Okay, so again, from the D sharp. Next phrase. Something happened there, and we'll talk about that later. Now, at this point, you have to shift positions to position 7. We're in the key of G. It's just because it's going to work better for you, all right? So there's going to be a position shift. I'll play it from the top and then indicate where that position shift is. Shift. That's the A section. Repeat. Hey, if you're learning something, if you're getting something out of this video, make sure to like and subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment, or buy me a coffee. Thanks. Okay, so that's the A section. As you can see in terms of the form, the A section repeats one time. It's marked here as well, A section. So we go through the first 8 measures, we return and play the same 8 measures again, except we don't repeat the first ending, we go to the second ending, all right, which is where we are now. Now, this is a cool little thing, and it's pretty easy to remember. There's chromatic movement down from a B triad, going to B flat, going to A, and then B flat, B flat, G, A, right? I'll repeat that. Then we do the same section again at the end. All right, that's the melody. Let's take a look at the chords. I hope that was my fretboard reader was reading well enough. But your ears are important too, and I think it'll be pretty clear in terms of being able to just ear this thing out as well. A lovely little tune if you're playing with two guitar players, right? Invite some friends over. This has also become a gypsy jazz standard, so it falls into that category of the 40s and 30s, 40s swing stuff. Now, speaking of two guitar players, let's be the rhythm guitar player. There's my G6 chord. And this is a cool one to learn here. Then we're going to go to the 4 minor. But in terms of shapes, which I don't like to talk about normally because it's a visual representation, but if we take this shape and we move it over a set of strings, it's exactly the same shape to play the C minor 6. And then we just take that same locked in shape and then go back to the 6 chord. And then the C6. Good. You can see that. Great. Back to the G6. And then E7 up here. A7. D7. So let's take it right here. E7. D7. Now B flat, minor, E flat 7, G6. We're going to go all the way up to fret 7 to play this chromatic movement down, F7, E7, A7, D7, and then you can do G6. All right, so now I just want to talk a little bit about common fingers. If I'm changing from an E7 to an A7, I keep 2 fingers down and just slide them because I've got the tritone in common between those 2 chords. And the same thing is going to apply to the D7. Watch this. E7, A7, D7, and then we have the B minor, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, G6, all the way up here to F sharp 7. We could take it down here, F sharp 7, E7. But it doesn't sound as if you move up to here, it becomes it's nice and easy to move around. F sharp 7, F7, E7, common fingers A7, common fingers D7, and common finger, baby finger G6. B section, B7. There's the chord. Okay, and B flat 7, we just move down a semitone. A7, we do move down another semitone, right? And then B flat minor, E flat, A minor, D7, and then we're back to the top. Or in terms of the form, AABA, 8 measures plus 8 measures is 16, plus 8 measures is 24, plus repeated 8 measures, 32 measures to complete the very typical song form. Okay, now as far as a quick analysis of the tune, we've got a bunch of secondary dominants here. I mean, this E7 would be a secondary dominant. The A7 would be a secondary dominant. The D7 would be a primary dominant. This 2-5 chord progression here, as you can see, it's a semitone above the 2-5 that you'd have in the key of G, and they play that little trick here somewhere later. Semitone above, and then I guess that's the only place it happens, right? Okay. Simply a semitone above, a 2-5, a semitone above, in other words, in the key of A flat. And then we'll call this a secondary dominant. I mean, it really is just a cycle of dominants. We'd have to dig in a little bit deeper into tritone substitutions, which I'm not going to do in this lesson. And 2-5 or the secondary dominant leading to the primary dominant, and then resolving to the one chord, to the G major. Let's just hear what these chords sound like. That movement. You can add the related 2 chord. Semitone, there it is. There's that movement I was looking for. Okay, and you can remember the melody. It does that twice, and then the little triads. Moving down. And then we start again at the third A. Okay, that's it. That gives you a little bit of a melody to learn. I've got a stack of these little melodies that I'd like to give you. I think the next one is going to be, have you played Watermelon Man? I think I'm going to shoot that tomorrow because it's a really cool little melody as well. Okay, great. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope you learned something, and make sure that whatever it is you learn, that you can play it. Okay, see you again real soon.